Always remember, your focus determines your reality. Stay close to me, and you'll be safe.
How you guys doing today? Today I want to, chat, and this was the big video I was gonna, prep for you guys before GAC. So yeah, it probably might be, a day late. Maybe it should have been released a little bit ago, but let's just go in here really fast. Okay, so let's say you just got Malak. This is really just for you guys who just got Malak like I did. My Malak is only year 9, trying to get him year 10 for new cryo. So what I'm trying to get at here for this video is, let's say you don't have a Malak, or you just did and he's not very good in the gear. And let's say you don't have the nuke team built up around Grievous gear 13. Okay, but you do have the Padme team up pretty good. So what I'm trying to say here is, if you do have Yoda, and you are comfortable with using Yoda to kill those teams that do have Marauder, use Marauder or use Yoda as a Marauder counter. And if you don't see Marauder and you just see a typical trooper team with Malak, then go ahead and use Ahsoka. Slow Padme works in both of those things. I was testing with fast Padme. I don't know which one's really better at this point. I mean, I feel like fast Padme is better really versus other Malak teams. I thought I was onto something. I did a lot of testing versus just normal trooper teams, and I wasn't really a fan of it. I liked how the slow Padme kind of built it all up for you, and then you got a bunch of stacks, and then you were able to just confuse with 3PO right afterwards. So I'm not sure really which one is definitely better, but this just goes to show you that Padme, there's a lot to be done with it. The 5th really needs to be coming here soon. But the main point of this video is for GAC, right? And like I was saying, Marauder totally counters the Ahsoka team with 3PO, and that's kind of why you should really save a 5th, like Yoda, in place, and use that versus those Marauder teams. Or you could just, if you have your Jedi Revan, still, fairly well modded, use that with Thrawn and kill out those Marauder teams. But if you're like me and you want to, use Padme versus any real Malak team, this is what I'm going to do, guys. If I see Marauder, Yoda. If I don't see Marauder, Trooper. Or if I don't see Marauder and he has Trooper, I'm going to be using Ahsoka, right? So this video is going to cover the counters to that team, and we are going to counter the other part to this video, which is actually the Jedi, right? The Jedi countered my Grievous, or the Grievous teams that I've been seeing. And since the last GAC, I've only ever seen a really good Gear 13 Grievous team with some good droids on defense every single time, really. And that's kind of why Jedi in my in my priority list for my teams is going to be the second one in priority right now, because trying to counter that Grievous team, trying to get as much benefit as possible is really, really important. And in place of Yoda, if there is a Marauder team placed, I will be using actually Ezra Bridger as the replacement for Yoda, and the team is just Bastila, Jolie, Hermit Yoda, Ezra, and Jedi Revan, Bastila as lead. Bastila as lead is super, super important, and I have 3 battles today that I want to show you guys. One that has Bastila lead, and then one that doesn't and has Jedi Revan lead, and the difference between those two. And then I have my own where I test this out, and I want to give a big shout out to Jedi Master Dastra. I'll link the channel down below. Really cool stuff over there. She has a lot of cool stuff that pertains to GR, to Jedi. So go check it out. Go check it out, guys. And let's just just go right into the videos, I guess. This is the team I'm talking about. This is with Bastila lead, Jedi Knight Revan, Hermit Yoda, Jolie, and Ezra. This is really good for TW or for GATW. This means that you can actually save Yoda GMY for the Padme team. And this is, in my opinion, one of the teams in the Jedi team that you should really consider always saving for offense versus these Gear 13 Grievous teams. If the opponent doesn't have the Gear 13 Grievous, or Grievous not really geared up at all, then you can save your Jedi Revan for either defense or offense. That's really the main thing I want to point out here is if they do have them or not. But if they do have both Gear 13 Grievous and they have a really good Marauder team for the Darth Malak team, I would really consider you guys doing this if you're only going to be using Padme. So here we go. This is kind of the battle and how it shakes out. This is with a Newt team, and I really do think Newts are the toughest ones to fight. So, and I gotta also point out, this is, I think it's only Gear 13 Grievous in this team, maybe another Gear 13, but this whole Jedi team, I'm pretty sure, because Adastra is all about those Gear 13 Jedi, right? I'm pretty sure this whole Jedi team is Gear 13, which is cool. But what I really Gear 13 my Ezra to counter GG team in this video, it's teasing at me wanting to really. I would like to have an Ezra Gear 13 because he's one of my favorite Jedi in the game for DPS, a lot of extra turns, more attack, stuff like that. He's really cool. He might if I do need to in the future use a Jedi team to kill Grievous and just a Gear 12 version is not cutting it, I'll consider maybe doing that in the future. But as of right now, it seems to be working Gear 12 too, and I have another one later on that shows that it does work. But pretty much the strat here, you do the little the AoE TM swap with what I like to do is with Hermit Yoda, right? Get the master training on Ezra ASAP, and then at that point B2 will come out of stealth. You mark B2, kill B2, and then after that you get another markup and you mark down it depends really. I would do B1 if B1 stacks were not very low and they were high. But this is below 50% or 50 stacks, so it's pretty good to go after Grievous at this point. We just lost Jedi Revan, which is very typical on these ones. You almost always will lose him. But this is why Jolie is part of the team here, so you're going to revive off. And you gotta, if you guys didn't know this, and I didn't know this until not too long ago, was Grievous actually dispels debuffs on himself if he is lower than 100% HP. So when he's above that mark and you have Bastila, you really do want to mod her for more potency. And more potency just make sure that you get the stun, the buff immunity on Magna Guard, and also building blocks on basic. It's really important to have your Bastila high, and keep in mind that she does give the legendary battle meditation out for more crit chance, so that's pretty cool as well, and more potency. So yeah, let's go on to another one. Okay, this is the one with Jedi Knight Revan as a lead. This is still all Adastra's footage, and this kind of goes to show you the difference in leads right here. Not to say that Jedi Knight Revan lead is bad. It's really good actually. But when you're fighting a Grievous that has double Zeta and pretty much all the other Zetas on the team is there, I really like having the extra tenacity up and extra tenacity for the Bastila lead to help me out and make sure that I don't get target locked, I don't get buff immunity, and that's really important. I think the most important is target lock because you're not able to counter. So yeah, and look, that's really early on of losing Jedi Knight Revan, but I mean it's pretty typical to lose him anyways. The Savior did pop out, so it was really clutch here. Honestly, I'm not sure if we win this one or not. I haven't really checked this one, but it looks to be like we're getting kind of close here. We're about to lose Jolie. Yeah, okay. And the reason why Newt is tough is because right there we didn't pop Extortion. It could be kind of problematic for us in a little bit. She's just okay. Yeah. See, this is kind of why I don't like Jedi Revan teams because, yeah. Man, you just don't have enough protection up throughout the battle. The last part of the battle you will pretty much lose it all, but with Jolie being there and having his high tenacity, he's never going to get really below that protection up, and he's always pretty much going to be there, and that's really why it's important for the Bastila-led teams, because you can always get that nice revive off. We might win this with like a 2v5, or 2v2 rather, but even that, it's not very, I would not want to, I don't want to lose that many banners really. But I mean, I think it still works for the most part. If you can somehow pull it off where Jolie's live and he doesn't die, that would be really cool because you can get a big, huge res off, and that would work just fine. But we did win this one. It was really close. So let's move on to mine that I did with my testing. All right, so this is not the Newt team, but I wanted to go for something very average in my testing. And I know that the IG 100 is only gear 8, but this is a gear 13 Grievous with gear, some really good gear, what's his name, Droideka, B1 and B2. But this is very similar in attack strategy. The reason why Magna Guard's gear doesn't matter too much is because if you're able to land the buff immunity, that's great. You don't have to worry about his taunt. And on top of that, Grievous is pulling some of their HP after, I think it's every of his turn. So, I mean, he's going to be pretty low anyways. And, I mean, this is a gear 12 Ezra, keep in mind, that I'm using here. He has really good mods. And I just don't think Magna Guard's huge, gear 12. I haven't seen any gear 13 Magna Guards as of late, thank goodness. But this is, I think this is, good footage to show still of what can still be done here. So now we're going to try to go for stun, and this is kind of why potency is really important here. Try and land that stun on Grievous right there would have been huge for us. But with these double taps, you're going to be looking pretty good here. So here we go, we're going to get a revive onto Jedi Revan, and we are only one turn off another Master's Training. So, I think this is a good counter, guys. I really do. I'm not sure if you've ever seen this before. I haven't. But right there, we got Savior popped, and we get another Master's Training, and we're looking pretty good, actually. We still have everybody alive, and that's just down to Grievous and Droideka. Droideka is just sitting there being, a weirdo. He's doing really nothing for the team, for his team. And now we're going to mark up Grievous. We're looking pretty good here, guys. This was a win, and everybody was alive too, so that's pretty cool. Yoda does make these a lot easier, and this is kind of why I'm going to say this, is if you do see Marauder teams and you want to use your Yoda with Padme, this still works, you can pull this off. But if you don't, and you don't see Marauder team, then use Ahsoka for the Padme team, and then keep Yoda onto this team, and it makes it even more easy and simple to beat those teams. So let's just go over some of my mods here for Ezra. So my whole strategy is a lot different. I don't want to go too much in depth for it for my GA guide. If you guys do want to see it, go be sure to check out my streams. I will stream all of these rounds when they do come out for the first attack phase. But for now, this is Ezra's modding. He has a full CD and a CC set. He has some okay speed here. This was the one I took off of HK because I don't use HK in Arena. I use Padme in Arena instead. He's got some really good damage. Let's just go down here and see his actual increase. So 17% crit chance, almost was at 1.1k extra damage. A lot of it's like maxed out crit damage here. There's a lot of good stats here. I just think with the agility ones on the Gear 12 Plus, you do gain a little bit more physical damage there. But I don't know if I would go to the lengths of putting on a Fisher on this guy. I mean, he is really fun, don't get me wrong, but I just don't think it would be, helpful that much outside of this counter really for me in GAs. But this video is just about to show you if you want to, use Yoda versus those Marauder teams with Padme, you can still do that, and you can still win those Grievous teams with the Jedi Knight Revan counter. So that's kind of it for this video, guys. Also, do not forget to sign up for your GAs. Join up in it, guys. You get some cool feats going here, and you got to get all your rank back. I mean, it should be a fun ride. I did fix some of the matchmaking stuff, so it should be a good go. And I'm really pumped for my GA streams, guys. So if you guys are new here to my channel, we stream GAs all the time. The only exception for this next week on the 3rd round, I will be actually out of town, but I will still try to stream it, guys, for you. So that's pretty much it though for this video. Hopefully this was kind of helpful in deciding whether or not you want to use Yoda or Ahsoka, and depending on what the enemy has and what teams you want to use versus those Grievous teams with your Jedi. So hopefully that was kind of nice to know there. Again, shout out to Adastra for that footage. I have a lot more ideas I want to see, so I will for sure hit you up, and I would like to get more videos and battles done in my arena and in your arena as well. But that's it for today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like, share, and sub for more of my videos. We also have Patreon and Discord, so go check out those two, guys. That's it for me today, and I will see you later.